Hey everyone, my name's Jake with NFT Plazas. I'm here with my boy,
Alan from Quai Network.
Alan, so tell me a little bit about your project and kind of what got you into the NFT space, DeFi space, crypto space, whatever you want to call it.
Sure.
What was your Trojan horse into it?
Yeah, so Quai Network is a new layer 1 of merge mined EVM compatible blockchains, so similar to Bitcoin or Ethereum. And I originally got started with cryptocurrencies and blockchain back in 2015, whenever I was in high school actually, whenever I was starting my programming career. And then after that, I went to the University of Texas at Austin. I studied computer science and I founded the Texas Blockchain Undergraduate Club. Out of that club, we then started doing research around blockchain and how to scale blockchain technology and make it better for the world to use and further decentralized commerce. Out of that, we created a protocol called Block Reduce, which is the inherent way to scale blockchain technology with a sharded network of merge mined chains. And then that technology is what's underlying Quai Network. And I'm super excited about NFTs because you can build NFTs on Quai Network, you can trade NFTs, swap them in similar fashion to Ethereum and other chains that you use today. And outside of that, I think Quai Network is going to be a great solution for users that don't want to pay high gas fees and also have the level of decentralization that's built to essentially embody what blockchains were created for.
Okay, awesome. And I love how you touched upon it a little bit there, but there are a lot of blockchains. A lot of them are, have low gas fees. A lot of them are decentralized. What is specifically your value add, and what's the sell, right? So say I'm Polygon, right? Like why, what is the value add, besides the gas fees and the decentralization, right? Like that's a big sell for a lot of people.
So if you look at the mechanism and way a lot of these layer 1s are scaling today, they're essentially falling in this trade-off, and it's the trilemma between security, decentralization, and throughput. And so having the way to kind of sacrifice on one of these pieces of the trilemma is important. And so things like Solana or Polygon might sacrifice some of that decentralization for speed. And so you have smaller validator sets, you have a more kind of plutocracy of nodes that are all gating supply and controlling who's running what. But with Quai Network, we want to create the most decentralized and open system for people to run and participate. So that's essentially making it available for anyone to run like a Bitcoin node, but having the speed of those systems. And so with Quai Network, since we have a sharded network, we're able to break that trilemma and operate in an entirely different plane. And so really making the trade-off of different chains all working together and having that multi-chain environment closer to like an Avalanche subnet or a Cosmos hub, but having that natively baked into the layer 1. So the more technical term for it is an enshrined rollup, but essentially allowing the network to scale dynamically based off of the demand that's needed.
Okay, awesome. A lot of technical stuff there. Definitely need a dictionary and stuff there, but very, very cool. How can the community get involved? I know you briefly mentioned nodes, and obviously a big part of decentralization is how can you get the community involved to further your network. Say someone wants to, get involved in the community. How can someone do that?
Yeah, so we have incentivized testnets coming up. So we've previously ran 2 incentivized testnets. The first one was in November of 2021, and the second one was in March of this year. And we have another third testnet coming up that people can participate in by running a node and mining on the network. Okay. And there's other ways that people can get involved with social media rewards by interacting with our posts and growing the community and being part of the community. So we want to reward people that aren't as technical, but that still want to engage. So our recommendations are to go look at that program and then join that and then follow along with our other social media and just stay up to date with what we're doing. So our plan beyond that is to launch mainnet later down the line, close to the end of the year, and just follow along for those updates and stay tuned for all of the things to come.
No, awesome. I love the idea of having your own node, right? Because you almost are participating in owning the network.
Absolutely.
And I love that idea. Can you tell us a little bit about how the nodes work and how if like I wanted my own node, how could I go about and do that?
So it's all free and open source software. So I can just go on GitHub or all the other websites to download code. And we want to always make sure that we're open source first. And so having those principles of allowing people to download the code, audit the code, and review what we're doing. And I think that's one of the most important features of blockchain and these cryptocurrencies. And beyond that, just being able to download and run the code easily. So being able to do it on your MacBook and validate transactions and validate what's happening on the network to see it for yourself and essentially track what's going on. And so providing that open access and making it easy for people to do is in our developer docs. And so you can go to docs.quai.network and follow along for setup guides on how to set up nodes and miners for whenever our testnet is live. So that's coming in the next couple of weeks. And there's tutorial videos that our team has put together as well on how to do it. And then down the line as well, the kind of trade-offs for running a node is you're able to choose which shard you want to run and which slice you want to run is what we call it. And being able to participate across those different slices and then optimize the network for that sort of latency between the clusters and nodes there.
Awesome. Do you have any projects lined up for the chain yet? Or you're just working on building it right now?
So we're mostly the core team and working on developing a lot of the core protocol, but we want to foster an ecosystem of projects. So allowing people to go build the next swaps or NFT platforms and other ways to sort of create that ecosystem. And so we want to incentivize that as much as possible. So if people are interested in building on Quai Network, definitely reach out to our team because we can provide grants and other bounties for people that want to build.
All right. Awesome. So where can people find more about your company, what you do? Where can we direct them to?
You can go to quai.network. It's QUAI.network.
Okay. Awesome. And last question. Where can you find the best NFT news on the internet? Just say NFT plazas.
NFT plazas?
Correct. Absolutely correct answers. Another one in the books. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.